before they? Well, I'd like to call up right now Jay Acovone and David Schwartz. David Schwartz, are you there? I can't see. Are you there? Somebody's there. I see a shadow.
Hakuna Matata. Yeah, it's been a long day, hasn't it? I've had a great time. A really great time. Every time I come to one of these things and I see you people and how much you people love this show, it reminds me of how much I loved it and how much I love doing it. Thanks an awful lot. And if I'm not working, I'll see you in Virginia next year. Here's Dave Schwartz, man of the hour.
In not too many words, which is often difficult for me. I think I speak for most of us, if not all of us, at the parents' table here. And I say thank you all very much. I know we turned out some really good work together, but I forgot how much fun we had doing it, and it's not until I oftentimes get a chance to look at some of the footage that I realize we had the most absolute bang-up time doing it, and it's amazing they even paid us money to do that. It's a real special feel to have that in life. But more importantly, I thank you from a very deep part of my heart for, again, allowing me to share this experience with you all, and allowing all of us to contribute to your lives the way you contribute into other people's lives in the world. Some of us have to go. I'm actually off tomorrow morning very early to a meeting in Portland, so I'm going to head out now because I have a really early flight. I know a couple of the gang actually have to head off. The Dotrices really just flew in the other night to come here from the UK, so I know they're absolutely wiped. So we're going to depart and leave the rest of the evening to you all. But again, thank you all much, for all of you so much, for the care and joy you continue to manifest in the name of Beauty and the Beast. I love you all very much. I will definitely be in Virginia, no matter what. And I'll probably be in England in May, is that right? Gracious.
I meant to say that. Gwen had gotten me over here in the corner earlier and said, "Will you come to England?" And I said, "I don't know, I have to discuss it with my wife," and I did. And my wife said, "Oh yeah, we're going to England."
And the amazing thing is, we're all staying at the Dotrice's place. Yeah.
Party at Dotrice's house.
They love having me there. So anyway, thank you all. Father, would you like to say anything? The most recent members of our family, to our friends over here at the Blockbuster, Spelling, Art Republic, you guys have made their presence possible. I want you to know that. Their presence is because of all of your commitment and your constant diligence. And most significantly, speaking of diligence, I want to thank Devorah, most importantly. She left 365 messages on my answer machine this year. That was in one day. Then there was the third day after Vegas. Thank you very much. You are a blessed, wonderful person. Michael, thank you. Rosie and all of the friends here. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.
I read this in England last spring. Somebody sent it to me 2 or 3 years ago. Her name is Beverly Krieger of El Cajon, California. I don't know if she's here, but it struck me very strongly. And it struck us in England, and I thought I would share it with you before these people depart. It's sort of a shared emotion. It's from The Dramatic Imagination by Robert Edmund Jones. It goes like this. The thing that is absent from these records is the thing that can never be recorded. The emotion that these artists aroused in our hearts, the sense of triumph they gave us. Their particular power lay in this, that in their impersonations, they could show us man's creating spirit in action before our eyes. They did not teach or preach about life or explain it or expound it or illustrate it. They created it, life itself, at its fullest and truest and highest. And in the end, they put aside the makeup and the vesture and went away into the darkness, leaving us only a few fading photographs and old playbills and their imperishable memories. Thanks for having us.
Well, boys and girls, thank you so much for the wonderful time you've given us over the last 3 days. Particularly do I thank Deborah for bringing my wife and I home from England. I know she had a terrible struggle raising the money for the airfare, and we do appreciate it. I think particularly, you know, the last $50, which she got from Hugh Grant. Rich has just read a poem, which was a wonderful poem, and thank you, Rich. And we have produced so much talent in this organization. This little show has spawned so much talent in writing, and painting, and music. And today I've received a couple of poems that have been given to me, and I'd like to read them to you because I think it summarizes more or less what Rich has said. Here you go. The first one was written by Lynette Combs, and it's given me some food for thought. This thing we're all a part of, this splendid so-called fantasy, and what it's been the start of. And sometimes still I wonder at the power of your passion, and what it is that draws us all together in this fashion. It goes beyond the scope of an outsider's first impression. A league of dreamers caught up in a fairy tale obsession. The truth, beyond the knowledge of the folk who rise above it, is that we choose to be a part of this because we love it. The fairy tale tells us of a bond that never can be broken. Yet there's a greater magic here, unnoticed and unspoken. I see it in the way you've come to trust in one another, and in the way you all have learned to try to help each other. And what it is, I think, is that this story we've been sharing inspires an especial kind of gentleness and care. You found it in a richness more than simple recreation. A family, a home, and friends who meet in celebration. And as for me, I find with every visit, card, and letter that what I thought was just a role I played is something much better. If pressured for an explanation, well, I really haven't any. But never has one fellow been a father to so many.